Come with us now, if you dare, down a rickety staircase into a dank, dark basement. What awaits? The Saturday Night Freak Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Saturday Night Freak Show podcast, the movie review and talk show podcast that comes your way every Saturday. These are the internet radio superstars.
Michaela.
Sean.
And I'm Colin. And tonight we watched a movie that was chosen by...
Colin.
Sean. Oh, yeah, it was Colin. Never mind. My bad.
It's because
Why did I think it was...
There's a
Oh,
reason.
it's because you're sitting in the captain's chair.
yeah.
God damn it.
Right, I am sitting in the captain's chair. Colin refused
Oh, bad
to
start
move.
already.
Yep,
Yikes.
Colin,
in the recording booth.
Yes.
Yes.
what did we watch tonight?
We watched a movie called Hokum,
We experienced a little hokum from the year.
a word that just doesn't get used enough.
It doesn't exist anymore, it feels like.
From the year 2026.
Okay, 2026.
All right.
Directed by
Damian.
Damian McCarthy.
Yes, if you're kind of watching what's going on in the horror scene recently, he's like an up-and-comer. He's done 3 films prior to this. Caveat, Oddity. Oh, sorry, this is his 3rd film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seen any of those?
Yes,
I
seen
wanted
both.
I want to see Oddity. I haven't seen it yet, but
Oddity's good.
Yeah.
I would say watch
Yeah,
Oddity.
Oddity is. Yeah, that was.
It's
the
good
one-
atmosphere, too. Like good spooky, like Halloween atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like this one does,
All
too.
I remember from it is that big wooden thing with its mouth open.
Yeah.
Right,
mhm,
yeah.
That's all
That's
I
it,
know.
yeah. Big part of it, yeah.
Yeah, I think because I saw that one
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, this is good." You know, I mean, it was a creepy,
Mhm.
horror movie. And then he had, Hokum, and so I'm like, I'm gonna go see Hokum. And then before this podcast, I think we were talking about last. So I went back and watched Caveat.
Gotcha.
So now I have seen all 3 of them. And that's like really good too.
I watched that when it came out, and I remember being kind of mid on it.
Yeah, it's because it's a recipe is there, but he hasn't dialed in on it. It feels like over the next 2 movies, he's gotten better at it.
And I don't know why, but for me, the premise being you're going to take care of this old sick person, I'm like, ugh. Like, it seems so tropey and expected that, like, weird things are going to happen taking care of, like, especially an old lady in, like, the Irish countryside. Like, obviously.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this could not be a more obvious setup for, a supernatural horror story.
But
so,
crossbows
Yeah.
appear to be like a
Yes.
theme of his.
Mhm.
Do also like weird little carving things seem to be a
Yeah.
Yes,
a
yes,
thing?
yeah.
Okay.
And that's where the rabbit starts. The
Okay,
rabbit starts the
yeah.
caveat because it's a little mechanical, like drummer rabbit that is
it's-
kind of like the indicator of bad things.
Okay,
and
real
that.
weird looking.
And then
Yes.
that rabbit, I believe, does show up briefly. It makes a cameo
Mhm.
appearance in Oddity
Mhm.
in the Curiosity Shop.
Right.
The Sisters' Curiosity Shop. And then there's a rabbit motif here.
Yes.
Kind of. Also carvings.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's like...
According to IMDb, the reason why a rabbit motif is in all of his movies is because he was traumatized by Watership Down as a kid. Weren't we all? Like,
Yeah,
man,
that cartoon. When you're,
Yes.
Because, I mean, we saw that when you were young. It was a cartoon. You watched it. You're like, yeah, cartoons are fun.
rabbits, so
And
cute.
it was like bloody horror.
Yeah, they have
for-
war on each other and
Yeah.
they kill each other. Yeah.
See, now I don't remember Watership Down. I
Oh,
know the I know
Google
the,
it
no,
right
I know
now.
I know the rabbits, and there's just okay.
No, you just look at one screenshot. If you Google
It's
it, the
gonna be
screenshot will
the-
come up that'll
yeah.
explain exactly what we're talking
The
about.
2 rabbits biting
Yes.
the hell out of each other.
Yes, and
with
it's
blood all over
bloody.
the place.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just a bloody cartoon.
Yes.
Who made this cartoon?
I think it was Rankin and Bass or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a theatrical.
Why?
It's based on a novel.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But parents of the 80s and 90s everywhere said, cartoon rabbits, sure, I'll put my kid in front of Yes,
yeah, 'cause
exactly.
it was on. I remember catching it on a television.
I can't believe you were not traumatized by this. You were the perfect
Depends
age
on what
for
year,
it. Yeah.
I
If,
think this one missed me.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, because I never saw Willy Wonka and the
That
Chocolate
is
Factory when I was a kid.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I saw
Yeah.
it years later. I was
Yeah.
20 years in my 20s, I think, when I finally saw
Mhm.
that. So yeah, so he's been working. It seems like independently in Ireland
Mhm.
for this isn't even a studio movie. I mean, Neon put it out, released
Right.
it,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think it's probably a film festival acquisition. So will he go on to do bigger and better things? I mean, it's always like you hope that these kind of directors stick with and are somehow granted the ability to
Yeah.
pursue their own things and not do like. We're hiring you to do the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You
this is what I always complain about. They always grab them too early once they make that first good movie and then they get gobbled up by the system and they're just stuck in that, it's always been like, no, make some movies, figure it out. See, he's talking about with caveat and everything.
Yeah.
He's figuring it out and just getting better and better as he goes along.
We need to say our prayers for Indy Navarrete because apparently she's in talks for an X-Men movie right now, and I'm like, come
That's the girl
on.
from
Obsession, yeah.
'cause Curry Barker, that was the
She
joke. Curry
slipped
Barker
through our
is
hands already.
He's doing the next Texas Chainsaw
Yeah,
Massacre,
yeah.
isn't he? So, yeah.
Yeah, let's not begrudge him their very successful and money endowed career.
Yeah, but come on.
Yes, I know.
But I mean, from Obsession to X-Men is the full. That's the full. You did the whole spectrum in 2 movies.
Right, but then
Where do
she
you
can
go
make
after that?
a lot of money as an X-Man.
But she's
and
never
then just
gonna
go
come
do
back.
Whatever she wants.
She
might not. That's true.
We've talked about this before. Horror is the springboard,
Yep.
and she's springboarding right the fuck into an X-Men, which good for her. But for the genre, I'm sad.
I mean, the only what's her name from The Witch? Sorry, Anya
Taylor-Joy. Yeah.
Like, did she make like the trek into like comic book?
She's in those Super Mario Brothers movies.
she?
She's Princess Peach.
No.
Yeah, she's the voice of Princess
there you go.
Peach.
So that's where she.
Yeah.
But I mean, she seems to be on she's able to do like actual character roles in a bunch
Yeah.
of movies.
Yeah,
and
she
stuff
makes
like
interesting choices. Yeah.
that. And then, I think Mia Wasikowska, who I don't.
What happened to her?
I think she was in the trailer for that Leviticus.
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
that was in
okay.
the beginning of this, so she might be in that. But she's another one who. So that's the career trajectory of the actress or actor who doesn't do the big Hollywood movie. So it's like you hope that they remain independent, but at the same time, it's like that could mean you never get the big payday, and then the roles dwindle, and so it's like it's hard.
I mean, I think I like the way Damian McCarthy's doing it. I like that he's staying with the genre, but each one gets a little bit bigger budget, and the scope gets just a tiny bit. The scopes of his movies is always very small, but it gets a tiny bit bigger. I mean, this has Adam Scott in it. That's a huge star.
A pretty good get.
Yeah.
I've seen Oddity comparatively. Anybody in that one?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember.
Stars. Adam Scott's the biggest.
Yeah.
Because I think even Caveat feels like
all Irish actors. And, I do like that he is the only notable person in this movie. Everyone else is like Irish workman actors, which I love. I love that,
Yeah.
We like seeing unknown people in movies. It doesn't happen very often these days.
I'm actually surprised. I think that was also what kind of surprised me about this movie. And, we are going to eventually talk about spoilers as we get into this. But I guess before we do, just the I thought it was Adam Scott front and center, and it does seem like they kind of rotate the other cast members into prominent roles. Each one of them has like their own moment, you know, which I'm like, okay, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It is him front and center, though. I mean, it's his movie.
There's long stretches of no dialogue, him just walking down hallways, and I was surprised by how many scenes there were with no dialogue whatsoever in this movie. It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of people, and he's kind of just exploring caverns at a certain point, unless he's going to start talking to himself, which he does.
Which I'm seeing a lot of trends now across this director. Now that I've seen 3 of his movies,
there's also so again, spoilers beware. Right? As we talk about this movie and his other films, but he does seem to work in confined spaces. That seem to get larger the more he drills in on them. Because you're going into nooks and crannies, and they get bigger than they were, originally. You're like, it's a room, but it's not just, And then there's a supernatural element, and usually a supernatural, like legit supernatural thing. But there's also like human psychology and like it's almost like there's 2 movies in all of his films.
Okay.
It feels like there's 2 movies happening at the same time.
Right.
And
it's like it's a haunted place, causing shit around that.
And there's some sort of grief-stricken story.
I would say there's usually a human antagonist in addition to like a supernatural threat. So, and both of them like tie off, at different points in the movie. It's like, okay, it's like we've resolved both of these threads. So I would recommend that if you haven't seen this one already, go back and watch, check out Caveat and Oddity.
Right.
Which I think that was a Shudder. Were they both Shudder?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this one he's got Neon. I remember Well, maybe I'll save that till later. Okay. So Adam Scott leads up the cast of this Irish folk horror, old-timey kind of ghost story, suspense drama. I don't like Hop's genres. It's hard to classify. I mean, I guess we're going to say it's a horror movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Primarily.
Yeah, don't be labeling it other shit.
It's cool. It's to scare you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and so
it's a ghost story. There's ghosts haunting them.
Yeah.
All the characters.
Because I guess that was the setup that I was sold, right? Like, the setup that I was sold is that Adam Scott is a writer who...
An asshole writer.
Yes.
Okay, this is based on someone, right? Damian McCarthy, but this character...
guy knows some writers.
He's... This is airing some personal grievances with this character, right? You know, like, I mean, it feels...
felt like the bellboy at certain points.
Right, exactly. And that's like, I'm curious as to like, is this inspired by Stephen King, or is it more just like screenwriters I've met throughout my career, producers I've worked with? But I feel like this is a vengeance character for sure, because he is such an unrepentant asshole. And I mean, not without good reason, but like... It's just, it feels relentless at a certain point. We're like, okay, God, come on. Yeah.
Yes, when I first saw this movie, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is a fucking jerk. You know, like, am I supposed to like root for this character?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he's an asshole. So he's a writer.
Is he a novelist, right?
Yeah. And he just seems to resent like any kind of attention. He's like, so we're introduced to the movie through like the end, we see the visualization of the end of his Conquistadors trilogy.
Yeah.
Apparently, where there's this conquistador
and a child,
out in the middle of the desert, and they're following a map that takes them to a magic circle, apparently out in the middle of nowhere. And then it turns out that the guy he put the map, he's been carrying it in a bottle.
I knew he wasn't going to be able to get it out of there, because when I first saw him, I'm like, I got worried. I'm like, he's not going to be able to get that out of the bottle. Why do you keep putting it back in there?
Right.
My biggest fear would not be able to get the map, which I'm stuck in the middle of the desert, out of the bottle.
Yep.
There it was.
And so then he gets it stuck, and you're in the desert, so there's no way to crack that thing open. And so then it becomes, I guess he begins to consider, like, I'm going to crack this thing open on this kid's skull. And that's pretty much where that leads off.
Yeah.
Because Adam Scott is writing this, and
they were doomed.
Yeah, and he starts seeing specters in this house, and it looks like it's his. I think, do we know? We don't know who it is
at this point.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
There's a woman's ghost that he sees,
and you wonder if they'd be like, is he visualizing? Because you can do a lot of things if your character's a writer.
Right,
Is the writer visualizing something? Is he seeing this? Is it being haunted by a ghost? I mean, it asks a lot of questions right off the bat at the beginning of the movie.
But it seems to be a woman in a yellow rain slicker.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, is that like a callback to... I mean, anyone in a red rain slickers don't look now.
Right, yeah. But anybody in a yellow rain slicker is always one thing to me. And that's just Stephen King.
Right, yeah. It's because, I mean, you're going to have a writer in a hotel room.
Yeah.
You've also got a little bit of misery here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it seems like those are...
The Shining. It gets very The Shining later on, second and third acts. But yeah, it felt like a lot of, like an amalgamation of a lot of Stephen King stuff.
And he looks like Stephen
And that's why I was like, is he supposed to be Stephen King, or is this just,
I don't think he minds that it evokes that.
Yeah, because he looks like Stephen King.
Does.
Yeah.
Or what's his kid?
Joe Hill. He looks just like Joe Hill. Yeah.
So what is it? We eventually discover that he has his father and mother's ashes, and he is going to go to Ireland to the...
He does open a box while he's at his very minimalist apartment where he's staying. I do love the conquistadors dying in a desert, and then it cuts back to him, and he's not only drinking is the first thing we see from him, but he's surrounded by a place that's just raining and everything.
Yep.
So the balance, I like going in there. But he does open up a box. It feels like he's going through old
I think he has to hack into that thing.
Yeah,
too.
it's like
it wasn't like just open it. He had to bust that thing open to get into it.
Yeah, which is, something maybe he didn't want to do unless it was a late night and he was drunk, and he's just like, But he ends up opening this box. I mean, I think there's a picture of his mother next to the tree and a gun.
And my immediately thought is he's going to off himself already? I'm like, wait, this is like the first scene of the movie, and he's drunk, handling a gun.
Right.
I'm like, oh no, here we go.
It's not great. It doesn't come back though, does it?
What? The gun?
The gun.
No, I guess it doesn't, right?
No.
But
he does bring the box with him, but he's replaced what's inside of it with. We eventually learn that he is bringing his parents' ashes back to the hotel in the pictures that they stayed at for their honeymoon.
Right.
Yes.
So they stayed there, but we don't know if they stayed in the honeymoon suite. I guess that was implied, but we know that that's not possible once we actually get there. So this is somewhere in the dark woods of Ireland, the haunted woods.
Dark woods of Ireland. Yeah, we get some good drone shots of the countryside of Ireland. Very pretty.
Yeah, and strange things happening as he arrives. He sees an old man staring up at the trees, like when he drives by, and when he arrives at the hotel, there's a guy who has apparently shot a goat with a crossbow, and because apparently they come and they stand on the hood of the cars, so these are wild goats.
We learn why a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, is there some, I don't know, like if they were trying to, goats are always associated with the devil, it's like, and just the way that the movie ends, I'm like, okay, are they layering in something there?
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
They do show up, yeah.
So when he first gets into the hotel, I like that there's this scene that I guess is exposition, right? Kind of like the old guy is telling a ghost story to these two kids in the lobby about a witch, and the witch comes out of a hole in the woods and puts chains on them and drags them back to he didn't say hell. She drags them back and then rips pieces off of them.
Yeah.
It's implied that he rips off their dicks or something.
Yeah.
Because he's tormenting these kids. Guess which part of she would tear off of you.
Yeah.
But while he's explaining this, he has this diorama set up in this hotel lobby that has these little figures that are very stylized with exaggerated features and they almost look like claymation almost.
Yeah.
But they're not animated. We just see different scenes and we cut to the different scenes as he's talking. It's a very cool way of telling the story.
And the way they're put together, it feels like they're animated. Like I'm waiting for those things to move a little bit because, like you said, we've seen that kind of animation before. That's very cool.
Nice and Adam Scott, I guess, is not endearing himself to the audience. I mean, because he's like, well, this guy is telling the story to kids, so he's interceding and kids, why don't you get
he
out
does.
of
He's
here?
like, are those your kids?
Yeah.
It's like, go find your parents. It's like,
Right.
Yeah. He's just telling everybody off at this point.
I think that was it. It's like if he's doing the right thing, it's just he's so off-putting about doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, are they making it? Is Damian McCarthy making a dig at a certain? It seems like it's an American behavior where it's like you're morally superior and you're just kind of telling everybody how they're supposed to, do stuff. And I'm like, or you butt out. It's like, okay, I'm in their house,
He may have, Americans getting into everybody else's business because he says that to the guy who shot the goat.
He's telling him
maybe next time shoo him away. It's just like, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
These goats could be murdering people around here. You just got here, buddy.
So he comes off as arrogant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he gets a room, and of course he wants to be as far away from the fun,
the crack.
Yeah, that everybody else is going to be having. Crack being an Irish word or whatever for fun. I didn't know. We're going to have a cracking good time.
Yeah,
there you go. He does actually strike up so there's other characters in the movie. Who are they?
We have Albie, who is the bellboy. We have Fiona, who is another employee there. She works behind the bar. We have the two guys. I don't remember their names.
Mal is the manager.
Is it Mal?
And
Okay.
Fergal is the
general manager. I don't know. He feels like he's above him.
Something.
No,
Yeah.
Fergal's like the groundskeeper
Or the
or something.
maintenance guy,
He's
groundskeeper?
maintenance. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Crossbow.
Yeah, he's Mr. Crossbow.
Yeah. Mal is
running it
Yes.
because his father-in-law is the guy in the wheelchair who was telling the creepy story to the kids.
It turns out to be the owner.
Who's the owner
Yes.
of the place?
of the place. Okay, so there we go. I think that sets the stage, right?
I think so.
Albie is kind of starstruck. He is also considers himself to be a writer, and approaches, his hero, and is kind of told off. That was dick move.
It's beyond a dick move because he baits this guy for so long and then sticks the teaspoon in this pumpkin, which I love all these old traditional Irish pumpkins all over the place.
Halloween?
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
cool.
it has great atmosphere.
Right, which in
Great
Ireland,
atmosphere.
It's Celtic. It's
Yeah.
where it
Yeah.
all comes from.
Yeah.
And then he burns his hand and tells him to never meet his heroes. And it's like, knowing where this guy's going in the next couple of hours, this is all the more unnecessary. Like, is this the lasting memory you want to leave on this earth? Is that with your final hours you were torturing service workers?
People be glad they find you.
Right, yeah.
It's like, what's...
Right.
I guess you're just a miserable bastard at
I
that
guess,
point.
yeah.
And he's kind of at the, like, and he's all in his feelings. Like, he's at the place, like, and the story that we do learn, like, he's probably feeling a lot right there. Doesn't mean you get to be a dick to everyone, but he is going through it.
He does go out in the woods and spread the ashes.
Which and the way he does it tells you a lot about. It gives you a lot of story right there in the way he spreads the ashes, because he's got his mom and his dad, and he finds the tree that his mom was at in the picture, and he gently like lays her ashes around the edge of the tree, and then he picks up his dad's and he kind of just shakes it out like he doesn't give a shit, and you're just like, oh, okay, so not a good relationship with his dad, loved his mom. All right,
yeah, I know.
Tells us a lot right there.
Visual storytelling.
There you go.
Okay,
Beautiful.
So then we know that there's more stuff that's going to be uncovered.
Yeah.
I think that it's Fiona tells him the story. I guess some back story that the old guy who runs the hotel says that there's a I guess it's an elevator to the honeymoon suite. Or is it just the
elevator,
that's on a floor as you pass by, and it is locked. And he's like, so what's going on with that? And she's like, well, it's because the old guy says that he caught a witch years ago and he locked her up there. And it's been locked ever since. And so I've always wanted to like sneak into that room, steal the key and sneak into that room, And so I think that's the setup, right? So like the setup of the movie, alcoholic writer, going to a hotel. There's a witch supposedly locked in the attic. And how is, like that story going to intersect?
Yeah.
Right? And then the movie throws you a curveball.
Yeah.
Which I didn't see coming. I guess when I was like, oh wow, what are we doing?
Yeah. But then we get a little foreshadowing of that, because while they're at the bar, Fiona tells him the story of the witch. He tells the story of his parents.
Oh yeah.
To her about what happened.
His mother was murdered, it turned out.
Mother was murdered. Someone shot her in the face.
Does he say like shithead little kid or something?
Yeah. They didn't try him.
He was too young. Did they catch who did it? And he was too young to be prosecuted or something like that.
They should have hung that kid.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
And then Dad became a monster. And,
Yeah, a lot of story there. And there's this. You're just not quite making that one little connection until it happens, and then you do. And it's like, ooh.
Okay, so that's the question. You didn't make the connection until it happened.
I didn't. Even till later.
Because I didn't make that connection either.
No, I didn't make that connection until later.
When he said the kid was too young to prosecute, I was like, it was him.
Yeah,
it was him. Yeah, because it was. Yeah, I was like,
I
it was
didn't get
him.
until later.
Yeah,
until I'm just like,
because I was like, that's why he's so miserable, because he shot his mom, because he's been such a fucking dick up until this point. I'm like, that's why. I didn't. But and especially because I thought when he first started drinking and pulled the gun out, he was going to kill himself, and then he didn't. So the timing of the suicide caught me off guard, because I thought if it didn't happen then, we weren't gonna. So
no, I'm a little more of a blunt object. I didn't get it until the kid's sitting there and the gun goes off.
Yeah.
So until it was really there, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do like how this movie, because this is extremely bleak subject matter, and I think this movie handles it in a way that is tasteful and palatable.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like an Ari Aster movie, right?
Yeah.
The movie would be about this trauma, right? It would be about, we would see it, we'd hear it, we'd see the screaming for 5 minutes after it happened, we'd see the dad abusing the kid. I like that this movie's
haunted and have that heavy feeling from it. This is, like you said, a little more tasteful.
Yeah.
It didn't. I got
enough.
Right, yeah. Any type of suicide, is bothersome and everything.
Yeah.
But this wasn't just like, it doesn't turn me away from the movie.
It's because I think, like, you have to do so it's going to be, the story is ultimately going to be a redemption arc, right, for this character. But it feels like it's, instead of wallowing in the trauma and the torment, it's actually more interested in how he's getting to the redemption arc, and like how this is going to change his trajectory. And I guess the incident that changes his trajectory is he leaves his stuff at the bar, and Fiona goes to his room, Fiona and Albie, and they find him having hung himself. Yeah. And we're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So he wakes up in the hospital.
Wasn't expecting it.
And then, I don't know, sometime later, because the mark on his neck,
Weeks later.
He comes back to the hotel to collect his stuff and to apologize for, like them having found him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he finds out that like all sorts of things have happened while he's been gone.
Yeah.
Namely, Fiona has disappeared.
Yes. And Jerry is a suspect.
So we didn't cover Jerry.
Let's talk about Jerry.
We should cover Jerry. Jerry likes milk.
Jerry is a woods person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lives in the woods.
The guy we saw staring at the trees. earlier.
Yes. He looks like your typical like person that lives in the woods.
Lives in a van down by the river.
Yeah, exactly. He likes psychedelic mushrooms and mixes mushroom powder with goat's milk. Ugh. Good God.
It just all sounds horrible.
Yeah.
And he talks about how it can open your mind and basically accurately describes the feeling of doing mushrooms. So,
There you go.
important.
Makes
Very important.
Makes moonshine
It
as
makes
well.
moonshine.
Yep.
Throws
So
down
he's
Scott.
like kind of like
He's an
I think
eccentric, yeah.
Yeah.
He's eccentric, but the fact that this guy is Ohm. Ohm's our main character, right?
Yeah.
Ohm
Mhm.
Bauman.
Mhm.
Ohm Bauman, or Bowman, as all the Irish say.
Mhm.
Because he met him, I think he sees him as like, because he's like the suspect in Fiona's disappearance.
Well, because they're saying he killed his
here he
wife.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone
Did
says he killed
that-
his wife, but Jerry is just like, I did it because she was suffering. And it's just like, well,
Okay.
how much do we trust the guy who lives in the woods?
Yeah, that is
Right.
tripping on mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the time, apparently.
Yeah.
So
No offense to all you people out there who trip on that.
But it does make you an unreliable narrator. Yes.
Right. So it's like, okay, so who, like, what happened? Because Ohm takes, I guess, a personal interest in this because she saved his life, and he wanted to come and thank her. Now he can't; she's missing, and so he wants to know what happened to her.
Right. And it's one of his first thoughts is like, well, did anybody check the honeymoon suite? Like, apparently everyone checked all over. No one's found her. What about up there? She's always had a curiosity about it. Told him she wanted to go up there. Anybody go up there?
I mean, if there was a place at my work that they said don't go in there, it's haunted, I'd want to go in there too.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, like it says, like, okay, it's likely she was talking about like going because I mean, did she disappear like on the night that he?
Right.
It almost feels like it was that night or the following night. It was the night that she disappeared.
Yeah.
Just like a month ago, whatever.
I always wonder in places like in a hotel where they're just like, don't go up there, it's haunted, people have died. Is it really haunted and people have died? Or is it in such shambles that
the room's really bad.
right,
Yeah.
like something in there is like killing people because you're not keeping up with the fucking maintenance.
the haunting is the mold.
Yeah.
The mold on the
Like,
walls.
like
Yes.
really killing
yeah.
people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that's my new conspiracy theory, Sean. I like that. Don't go in there, it's haunted. You don't want to stay in that room. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, yeah, you haven't kept up with the.
You're gonna have some
you
kind
of
got some code
psychedelic-
violations up there
Right.
that's killing people.
That's room 1408.
Yeah. Thought about that a lot.
I thought about that watching this, and I also thought about Secret Window.
Oh,
Stay tuned for that future
Less
episode.
corn eating in this movie than there is in Secret Window. I will say that.
Yes. You stole my story. I was thinking about that part of this. Yeah.
John Turturro.
I know.
So he goes out in the woods. He does find Jerry. Jerry talks to him. Of course, he's avoiding the cops, but he'll talk to Ohm because he recognizes him. That Ohm was nice to him or whatever.
Nice enough, yeah.
And Jerry is convinced that something has happened to Fiona, but why? Is he convinced that? He thinks that she's dead
Yeah, he thinks that she's dead.
because he had a vision.
What did he see?
He went. He snuck.
Oh, that's right.
Because he's like, I guess he sneaks in because when
Yeah.
guests leave, like medication,
Right.
Yeah.
he sneaks into the hotel and steals the medication from the lockbox.
What a
or
treasure
whatever.
trove.
hmm
Yeah,
Well, and apparently this hotel's seasonal
right.
because they start doing it like The Shining, a seasonal shutdown.
Yeah.
And that's when he's going to sneak in and steal all the medication. Smart man of the woods here. That famous like New England hermit guy, the guy that was living in the woods of like New Hampshire for 28 years or whatever, he survived by just breaking people's cabins and stealing their shit. So,
Well,
he had 28 years in New England that way. So,
Yeah, that's a tough environment to live through.
yeah.
well, at one point when Jerry broke in, I guess he heard the room call bell from
Yeah.
the honeymoon suite, and then he was greeted by the ghost apparition of Fiona pointing at the bell.
It's cool the way this was shot. The way you see the bell ringing and then pan down to her pointing
Yes.
up was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
So now you've seen 3 Damian McCarthy
Yes.
movies. You've seen
This
just one. But this is a guy who has like a handle on cinematic horror, right? He knows how scare scenes work. And it's so frustrating when you see filmmakers trying to do it and they're not good at it.
Yeah.
But he's like on a caliber along with like a Mike Flanagan or something like that.
Thought about him during this too, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he knows what he's doing. It's like when you go to see one of his movies, it's like they're just creepy.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So he shoots this well, the specters, in this case, and this is like a close up, I think.
Another Damian McCarthy thing is he loves these like old timey mechanical objects. Like in this movie, it has a lot because the hotel's so old. There is like a cuckoo clock that it's like this little figure with a mallet dinging a bell that goes off every once in a while. But each room also has this mechanical bell system where there's all these old school like brass bells hanging up on the wall above the reception desk, and they're all labeled with like plaques like honeymoon suite, and so you just like pull the string and ring the bell, and it's so good. It's like so good,
like in Scrooge, right?
Yeah.
Scrooge,
yes.
Pull the bell from the other room.
Yes.
So Jerry is going to wait until everybody leaves, and then he is going to go back to the hotel. He has stolen the key from the old guy. He broke into his house and stole the key. And now he is going to gain access to the honeymoon suite, and he is going to go and find and see if Fiona is there. And he asks Adam Scott to come with him.
Yes.
And this sets off, I guess, the movie proper. It feels like at this point, right? Because I thought this, when I was watching it, I heard you guys talking about it. Like, this movie becomes like a video game movie. Now, when I say
complimentary.
Yes.
Complimentary.
Like a horror, and the only thing that was coming to mind, and I don't even remember if I played this. I think I did, was Silent Hill: The Room.
Yes.
Where it was a movie that took place entirely, but it felt like a Silent Hill video game.
Absolutely.
Kind of, where you have a protagonist who is now going to go into
a writer. Wasn't he a writer in the original Silent Hill?
Was he? Was Harry or James? I don't remember if they were, but maybe in the third Homecoming. I can't remember.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. But he's going to be in a hotel. It's going to have scary rooms. You're going to have to find keys that get you into things. There's a bunch of maps and
the map on the wall that you check to see where you're going.
You have to solve puzzles in order to advance to the next. It's like I was just sitting there going like, does just playing video games and the narratives rub off on filmmakers now? Are they being inspired by?
I think so, because video games and the storytelling through video games became so much more advanced lately with all the technology as it advanced. You could tell such a detailed and intricate story like these that I think, back and forth, like the things from video games show up in movies show up in movies have always shown up in video games and what have you. So,
but here's the thing: like we watched the Silent Hill movie. I think down here,
unfortunately,
right? Yes, nothing like the game though. That's its problem.
Yeah,
but it had some of the plotting. Like when she's running around the streets and has to go to the school and has to find the thing and unlock and they're showing the map and all that. Yeah. And because you've played the video game, you're sitting there going like, oh, okay, I get it. That's a reference to, this is done exactly the way that a cutscene did it in a video game or whatever. It's different when there is no video game to compare this to. Right. So it doesn't become like the first call out like the reference point where you're like, that's just like a video game. It's like over time, the experience is like you're sitting there going like, this is kind of like a video game.
Yeah, it's not really the story; it's the mechanics of how the characters move through the plot in this, because he literally has a voice recorder, and that's been in video games for 30 years now. That you pick up a voice recorder, and as you're walking around, it plays the audio, and it's usually
bits of the story.
Someone's always crying and being like, "This is my final recording." There's always that,
there's always a clue in there as to what's happening or where you need to go.
And they're usually numbered, and you have to collect them all to get the full story. And I mean, this movie takes place in modern day. This is not an old timey movie, so these are deliberate choices being made to deliver information this way that make it feel like a video game.
And this is like, I wouldn't say either Caveat or Oddity have that feeling to their narrative.
No.
Like this one is like a closed room mystery kind of.
Yeah.
But with like that kind of video game pathing through it, kind of through its narrative, which I mean, it was just like really cool to be kind of watching it because you're like,
I want to play it.
Yeah, I do too. I was like, this would be an
What's this
awesome game. I would love this game.
And then I
Yeah.
realized I have.
Yeah.
It's Requiem, and it
Yeah.
it starts out in a creepy hotel.
Really?
Where the story goes,
Oh,
and
wow.
there's a lot of there's a lot of
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
Well,
good.
cool. Maybe I'll play
Gets
Requiem.
bigger.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they bring back Ethan Winters for that. Is that another Ethan Winters story?
No, Leon.
Okay.
That's Leon.
Oh, Leon.
Yeah, it's a Leon Kennedy story.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Which makes it even better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fucking best. Adam Scott's got Leon Kennedy hair.
He
in this
does.
movie.
He does. Yeah.
No joke. Go compare him.
I
Yeah.
gotta play it. Maybe you can loan me your PlayStation.
Colin, I have thought about being like,
Just so to play
I
it.
want to let you have it for a week and just be like, go play. But
Okay.
also, I'm relying on that thing.
Yeah.
Let's imagine we're watching this movie, right? And then when he gets the dumbwaiter to come up, right, and the doors before they open, you see Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah.
And then what if this was like a backdoor Resident Evil movie though, and they didn't reveal it until like the end of the third
Right.
act or end of the first
I'm waiting
act?
for someone to pull that off.
Do it.
Blair Witch was the closest thing.
Yeah.
kind of got to that.
Yeah.
But I want one where it just it is this thing, but you're not going to know it until you get in there
you're
and
in.
watch it.
Until you're
Suspect
end
of
of
every
first
Sony
act.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be fucking surprised.
Yes.
Someone is going to pull that off at some point.
Oh God, I would love to be blindsided like that by a movie.
All life had to do
Life
was make
Yeah.
Venom,
Venom
and we
movie.
could have done
Yeah.
it. I would have taken that swerve.
Yeah.
And been like, fuck it, do it.
Yeah.
That's Life, the movie with
Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, and a bunch of other
People thought that was going to happen. People
Yeah.
thought it was a secret Venom
Even
movie, and then
after
it
they saw
wasn't.
people were just like, it is, and just like, well, it's not, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does. Adam Scott sneaks up to the room. Jerry is incapacitated because it turns out that Fergal has remained behind because he, I think, was in love with Fiona,
Yeah.
and so he takes a. He's going to find her killer, and he thinks it's Jerry. And when Jerry sneaks in, he zip ties him,
Yeah.
incapacitated, and zip ties him. He's taking him to the cops. So Adam Scott ends up alone in the place, and he is drawn to the room.
Yep.
And is able to use the key to gain entrance. And then we're like, okay, so now we're finally seeing this honeymoon suite. And it's old and it's dilapidated, and there's muddy
The hot
water
tub.
in the hot tub or the
So
bath.
gross. You know it stinks. You know where
Like mold and mildew.
I was gonna say, you ever been to someone's house where they don't clean their aquarium enough, and the
Yeah.
aquarium has a stink, but it has aquarium stink.
I was
Like
surprised
there's,
it wasn't the green.
there's living organisms in that goo. Yeah.
And he investigates, and I can't remember if we hear anything. There is in the marketing of this movie, they use this character called Jack the Donkey, which I thought, based on the trailers, was going to have a more prominent.
This is a nit I need to pick. Yes, I'm grading this movie on a curve because it is an extremely high quality movie, especially for the freak show. But how dare they lead with the marketing of this? And I get one amazing scene with it, and that's kind of it.
It's not a character in the movie.
No.
I mean, it's
We don't even get context for it, really.
no, because I couldn't tell if it was. So at one point, he falls asleep, and then there's a shock cut, which is the shot in the trailer and all the marketing for this movie. Is this character
Jack the Jackass.
Yeah, staring at him through the curtains of the bed, and then later, there's a phantom TV or something turns on, and it's it turns out it's a character from an old timey
Kid show.
Mhm.
and it reads a letter, which I don't know if we're supposed to take it that he actually did send that letter at some point, or if it's just
This is
I
brutal.
think it's just him being haunted. And,
Yeah.
and the next 20 minutes is him being fucked with from this room and from whatever is going on within this.
And this is where we find out that he was the kid he killed his mother. We actually see that kind of happen.
Yeah.
And the donkey character is needling him about it, kind of,
Yeah. And he's
But-
like, boo.
This is public access TV, though. This is Bozo the Clown on Saturday mornings or whatever,
Yeah.
level quality. But with this demented donkey man reading and being like, well, this is why you don't play with guns, kid. And
There's two things we don't play with. What are they, kids?
yeah.
Number one is fire. Number two is guns.
And this is where the hair on my neck is standing up because this whole thing is so off-putting. And I do kind of like this weird thing we're doing in horror where we're taking children's TV characters and then building like a horror essence around them. We're doing it a lot. Buddy is the one coming out, but then there was also, I think I was the only person in the world that watched Mr. Crockett from like last year or the year before, the Hulu one. Not good.
Okay, good. I skipped it. Right.
I mean, Terrifier.
Terrifier.
It's Terrifier, and then I feel like there's another one.
Do something too with the
kids.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Kids' TV shows and the warping of it has always been like areas for horror to go into.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, oh, it's just kids, and it's It's
I'm looking forward to Buddy. I'm curious. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But
you know who plays the jackass?
Who?
Albie.
Really? Oh, okay.
Really?
Same actor.
Oh,
Good for him.
William O'Connell, I think his name is. Yeah, he plays him too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering why he kind of got a little bit more of a. It felt like that character in and of itself should have been like a little more side character, maybe not seen as much of him as we do.
Albie?
Like, yeah.
Oh, he was prominent, pretty prominent.
We didn't get a lot of him, but it felt like he was a little more than we thought. And I'm just like, okay, because he's this other part of this movie. I think they're showcasing him a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
but see, that kind of ties into what I think they're trying to pull over on us at the end.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this room, I think, so he falls asleep. He wakes up because Mel, the manager, arrives and is like, you got to wake up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you're not supposed to be here. We got to get out of here. And on his way out, Adam Scott notices there's a dumbwaiter door.
Kayla's favorite.
Love it. Oh, yes.
He's
I'm like fist pumping the air because I'm like, a horror movie's using a dumbwaiter because they're the only movies that should be using them because they're scary. You can't see what's in there until it's too late.
Ugh. Yeah,
Love
there's
'em.
always the fear of losing a limb. I'm always afraid of just like plummet to the ground and everything.
Well, he presses the button. That was kind of funny because Mal's like starting to freak out. Like, no, there's nothing down there. You can't. It's like, okay, what do I got to see what's down there.
And Adam Scott's an asshole enough where he's still in that mode. It's just like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, clicks the button, and then it's like Mal runs out of the room and I think locks the door behind him. And the dumbwaiter rises up, and we see it's Fiona's body dead, and she's in like a rabbit costume.
Yeah, she comes up in a rabbit costume, which heretofore we have no idea why.
Yeah.
And it has the same kind of furry texture as the bear in The Shining. I thought it looked similar to that costume. Yeah.
So she's like the wild hair or something like that.
Something like that.
I think there's a flashback scene that it plays because of because of his recording. Because she still has his tape recorder, and we see that what actually happened, I guess, is so we find out she's pregnant with Mal's kid, and so he drugs her, brings her up to the honeymoon suite, puts her in the dumbwaiter, and drops her down to the bottom. The dumbwaiter is broken, so it won't ever come back up.
Yep.
Unless you press the button up top. So he sends her down to the basement to die.
Yes, because the basement is, there's no way to access it because the entrance to it, they say, got lost in the renovations from years ago. So no way to get to it besides this dumbwaiter. And the dumbwaiter, like I said, doesn't come back up. So she gone.
Well, this is cool as hell, kind of, because the geography of the movie has now just expanded.
Yeah. Right.
And we went from this, it's like, I like the way it's like he locked a witch in the upstairs, room. But now we're talking about that room has access to a basement,
Yeah.
So, like, at some point, Adam Scott is going down in the goddamn basement, right?
Well,
I think it's because he can't figure out any other way to get out of the room.
not the window he's looking out of?
Yeah,
right?
this is a plot hole. I'm sorry. It is noticeable because he's literally sticking his face through a board to look out the window,
Right. You try your damnedest to pry everything away from that window and smash through.
Because Sean's like, there's no way in hell I'm going down that dumbwaiter, especially if it doesn't come back up. Well, he figures out like a way.
And has he seen all the haunting shit up there before he goes down in the dumbwaiter? He has, hasn't he?
Hear sounds.
We hear stuff. Has he seen the TV yet?
I think bells have rung.
Yeah.
He has seen the TV.
Okay, that's enough for me.
Yeah. And he was freaked out at one point because he was holding the lantern around. And I'm like, something's going to appear out of the dark.
Right. Oh, yeah, because the lights keep going on and off and everything. And I wouldn't want to be up there.
Somehow he's like, I am going to escape this place.
Especially when you hear from the tape of her, she's like, there's no way out. And she's dead. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you go down.
Not only is she dead, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
That is another bleak thing just dropped in the middle of this movie. Is like, yikes, adding to the cruelty here.
Her lover, because of apparently he's married and being the son-in-law of the owner would kill him. 6 ways from Sunday. So Adam Scott takes a ride down in the elevator, and we're sitting there going like, okay, so this is, I mean, it's like going into the bowels of the building, right?
Yes. But he has hooked himself a device.
Yeah,
to get himself back
ingenious.
up. Ingenious.
Just like in a video game, but it's like a golfer or something.
Yeah, the guy, the mallet, the little alarm clock thing that was hitting the bell with the mallet. He takes the bell off and he positions the mallet to hit the dumbwaiter button at certain like every hour.
Every hour.
Yeah,
if you go down, as long as you're there in an hour.
Yeah.
And he synchronizes his watch in a way. I thought this was all just cool.
This is video game shit. This is how
really
you gotta figure it out. Oh my god.
Where does this go? It's like
so into the basement we go, and you will have noticed that we've gone this far. We're not really talking about like the horror and like there's a witch in this movie, and right, it's it's a kind of like a secondary thing at this point. There's been talk about this witch, and we're like, is there actually a witch? Is this just some kind of folk tale? And now we're going down in the basement where we're like, there's going to be a witch down in this basement.
Right, because it couldn't, up until this point, it could just be storytelling to hide whatever nefarious activities. There could just be bodies everywhere.
Right.
And this is where they all end up through the humans killing them, and there is no witch. It's just a cautionary tale to keep everyone out of there. There's
a very heavy reliance on chalk. I think Fiona tells him, out of Book of Folklore, says, if you're ever confronted by a witch, early on, Chekhov's chalk, use chalk. And he's down there, and there is a door that's covered with, looks like Celtic runes chalked in, and a piece of chalk that he grabs. And we're like, okay, somebody's trying to keep something out or something in, or like, how old is this? And like, what's going on? And there's, this is one of those, like, corridors of stone,
and lights that kind of work,
and so what's all those like trinkets like hanging in?
Ooh, that's another video game thing. That's a
video game. If you walked through it, it would alert them. It would alert something, and it would come get you.
It's a sound trap.
The key you need is somewhere hiding up there that you have to pluck down.
But it almost looked like there was a tripwire across at one point too. Even if you don't hit the dangly things that like in a lot of video games, it's like tin cans that are hanging or something to alert. But and so I was like, oh, don't step another further, you're gonna die and have to restart from your spawn point at the elevator.
Right. That's the same spot.
The same spot. Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, you'd go back to that. Yeah. I didn't quite catch what else was. It was if it was more keys. Or
it was jewelry and kind of like random stuff. But there was also like bones and stuff too. Yeah.
Because I was like, when Mal first drugged Fiona, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a sexual assault story or something. And then he puts her in the dumbwaiter and sends her down, and I'm like, okay, he's like, this is sacrifices for, he knows that there's a witch down there. And like, I don't think that's the case. I don't think so. Everyone just thinks the old guy's crazy.
Yeah.
The old guy's eccentric and just wants this room locked off. Okay, fine, we'll do it as long as he's around, honors wishes, and he has the key.
Sure.
So now that we're down there, and Adam Scott's getting, I guess, playback from the tape. It's like, I think there's somebody else down here, and we're like, the tension in this sequence, is a class act. I thought, as far as it's like, that there's something, you hear something. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and then the lights are going off, and like somewhere in the darkness, you could see something coming, but he constantly keeps whatever it is so far away from you that you can kind of sort of make out a figure in the shadows with like lights for eyes or reflective eyes, and it's like a chase scene. Because he gets in the dumbwaiter and goes up as this thing's like right outside the door.
Yeah, I like it when it shows the shot of him looking down. And just like you said, it's so far away, but you see that thing in there, in that dark hole, and you're just like, oh Jesus! And then
it starts crawling up, and you're like, oh God!
It's like, oh nope, I'm done.
And so he's like, I'm in this room, and I can't get out of the room. And now the thing is coming up the the dumbwaiter.
The cinematography, I think, is very good because it lets you get those glimpses, but it's also taking. Like you are the Adam Scott character where he's seeing it but looking away real quick. So the camera's moving away just as you see it, it's moving. Which helps,
great.
Which is great, yeah.
Yeah.
We did miss one thing where the Albie, the busboy, tells a story earlier on about his experience with the witch, which is the first time we see it. technically, through his story.
Oh, yeah.
Through the grate where he sticks his whole arm in with the lighter and everything. And it's another one of those things where it just kind of shows up out of the darkness real quick. And you're like,
It feels like a trick of your eye almost. You know, like when your eye is adjusting to the darkness and sometimes you see outlines and shapes. Yeah, it's really effectively done.
And his lighter was one of the trinkets, I think, that was hanging from the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this chase scene, in a confined space in this room, as he has to I think he falls through the nasty pool water or the tub water, and we're like, so I'm like, oh, this is working like pretty good. It's getting you in a state where you're just like, you don't want to be here, and he draws a chalk outline around the bed, and the witch actually is like, that's a close up, but you still can't see her because she's on the outside of this curtain. And I'm like, this is like good stuff because she's like right there.
Right, circling him. But the sexy netting is keeping her.
Oh, yeah. It's what do you call this? It's like the four-poster bed with like but like it has the sheets all the way around it. I have a theory that these types of beds are against our biology because you feel so vulnerable. Like you think you're going to feel protected because you have walls on all sides of you, but in reality you're more vulnerable. And so I feel like it activates that animal instinct of like, I can't rest because I can't can't see it, know if something's coming up. So these are,
well, it's like sleeping in a tent, I guess.
Yeah. Also, you do feel vulnerable sleeping in a tent, I think. Yeah. But it makes for really good horror moments, and it makes for good moments where you can kind of obscure the makeup or the look more so that it looks more ghostly, but also it's when you can't quite make out what it is, it's a little scarier.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I thought that was
very good.
Very well done. Hair stood up on the back of my neck. And then, so Jerry does escape from, when he's being taken off to the police, right?
He does wake up in the back of the van. He cuts himself loose from his restraints, kicks open the back doors. Now, what do you think is the best way to jump out of a moving vehicle?
Yeah, I don't know if your feet first or you're going to fall and hit your head. Or there's really no good way to do it. You're going to roll out, you're going to break everything.
Well, no, like you don't jump out.
Roll.
Maybe just like dangle a little bit and then like kind of catch the speed of the road and then just...
Oh, I think that's how you break your ankle.
None of it's good.
None of it's good. I think you just have to jump.
Yeah, I think so too.
You jump and roll, but hard pavement, that's not good. You're gonna break something. I think that's the way it works.
And he gets messed up.
He does. Yeah, he broke something, I think, getting out of there. But so he's coming back and he's like, I'm going to, Adam Scott is up there and I know that he went in while I was out. We got to get him. And Mal is there, who tells him a lie that, it's like, well, yeah, he was, he came and went. I took him to the airport, whatever.
Mal is bad, right?
That's literally bad in French. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we know now because we saw the flashback, like what his part was in Fiona's death. So we're concerned about Jerry, and it's doing that whole thing where like you're concerned about Jerry. Eventually, Adam Scott finds the
bell
and is able to ring it to alert somebody, and then you're like, it's almost like you're taking Mal's position. It's like, he's going to be found out if that bell doesn't stop ringing.
Yeah, and then we have this scene where Mal's trying to get Jerry to like leave the hotel at this point, and then Jerry's coming back in. I really thought we were going to get because there's an axe. Chekhov's axe has been introduced to this. That's just sitting at the bar, and I'm just like, okay, if Jerry's coming back in the building, Mal's waiting for him, the thing's going off. I'm just like, Jerry's going to open that door and get an axe in the head. He's going to hear that bell real quick and realize he was right, and then axe right in the face. We don't get that. I kind of wanted it.
I kind of
thought we were going to go there.
Because then Mal is basically like, it's like, you don't know what was going on. Like, she was going to, my stepdad was going to kill me.
Yeah, then he gives it all away.
Yeah, and Jerry's like, he's armed with an axe. He's going up there. He's going to save the day.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Considering what the character of Mal has already done, I thought Jerry was dead right away.
He's just biding his time, I guess, because Mal ultimately goes and gets the crossbow. And then is going up there to hunt Jerry down. So... but Jerry is able to break the lock on a little door,
a tiny door,
that separates. So this way, Adam Scott will be able to eventually get out of the room, right? But first, Mal shows up, kills Jerry, which is too bad.
It's too bad. We like Jerry. Sets up a fire situation with a heater and a blanket.
So that's how he's going to get out of this.
Yeah, he's just fucking burning all down. They'll find bodies and evidence and remains, but they may not know what happened to them. so he can make up somebody can make up their own story about what happened to Fiona should they find her in there or anybody else.
So what happens to the witch in the demon basement?
I
Like,
guess it's because
it all comes down on top of her. And she still can't get out.
because I guess by the way the movie ends,
Mhm.
that part of the building is never found, right? According to what we do here. So I guess we're going to go for another trip to the demon basement, right?
Mhm.
Where basically Adam Scott is like, I am going to go down there. I think, is he trying to lure? Well, I mean, he can't get out of the room any other way.
Right,
Mal
and he's
is
got
up there
Mal
with a
on his ass.
crossbow.
Yeah, with
Mhm.
a crossbow. Already killed Jerry with the crossbow
Yeah.
to the head. So he's just like, all right, well, he's going to kill people. So he's
Mhm.
got to run.
Yeah.
Only place he can go is the basement.
So he goes down in the basement, and down there he's got himself a piece of chalk.
Mm.
And so he's going to draw a circle around himself, but I don't think it works. I don't think he's
he doesn't
able to.
finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so boo, scare, the witch is there.
Yeah.
Right, and chains him,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
which is part of our story that we heard earlier in this
Yep.
movie.
Now, why didn't you take him away to hell right there?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a question.
that's a question.
So Mal comes
'Cause of
down,
movie.
and as Mal is, trying to get the key that's hanging from the, in the middle of the corridor, the witch appears there too, grabs onto him and chains him up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene, I think, where like Orm's mother shows
Mhm.
up, the
Yeah.
ghost, and basically, I think, forgives him.
Yeah.
That was an accident. She knows, but you can't stay here. You gotta go.
Mhm.
And Mal is like dragged into, I don't know what it is. It's
Hell?
It's
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, I think it's hell.
Yeah, with a bunch of demons with the glowing eyes.
Yeah.
Which I like. I always like it.
They're like the blue-black demons with glowing eyes. I like it. I like the way they
I
look.
liked it.
It's like the one like CG moment, like obvious CG moment of the movie, but because it was like the only one, it didn't really offend me.
Just the eyes you're talking
No,
about?
the
Or
whole scene.
people?
It was like when
Yeah.
that door opened, it was like, okay, that's a CG.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with the creatures in there, the shadows, the literal portal to hell or
Right.
whatever. And it's like, okay, but it was also like I didn't expect the movie to
do
go
that.
there.
Right,
even,
yeah, yeah.
that we would actually see this. And so he is pulled back by chain, presumably to get his dick ripped off.
Yep.
And then,
Yep.
right? But Mal is able to saw his way out of the chain because, like, a saw that
Adam or
Fiona
is.
used,
Yeah.
Orm, sorry, yeah. Orm is able to use the saw
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
himself out of the chain and escape into the burning. You go back up because of the little timer deal that he set up.
the end of this movie is a little convenient. Like from that point, from basically when he is chained but not pulled into hell,
Yeah,
and he does get up out of there, and then he's dead. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna burn to death in this building. Why Fergal would go back up that far?
Fergal goes looking for Mal,
He does,
but then he hears Fiona's
someone
ghost,
does call to him. Yes,
Yep.
he is called to. It's a
And-
little convenient,
and
there,
so then he
but
finds Ohm,
yes,
and then rescues him.
and then gets him out of there. Fair enough.
So there's a kicker in the hospital
Yes,
where Armby, what's his name?
Albie
shows up and makes a confession.
as the ice cream man because he's got another job too.
Yeah, as literally what looks like Eli Roth's ice cream man. Like, the outfit is the
It
same.
really does. It
Yeah.
feels like no matter where you go in this town, Albie would just pop up as another part-time job.
Oh, absolutely.
Which
He does all the jobs in the town.
It
I was
feels
gonna-
like
maybe
it's
he
a small
does.
town.
Maybe Albie is part of the town.
Yeah.
Maybe Albie is the town.
So here's what it feels like they're trying to do, right? Albie makes a confession. I think this whole thing is my fault, he says.
Mhm.
He says, because you had burned my hand,
Yep.
and there was a bottle of whiskey in your
His flask.
your flask of whiskey, and so I spiked it. Okay.
With mushroom powder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Stuff from Jerry.
Mhm.
And so, did you drink it? Yes, he did. Okay, so
The
I
whole thing, the
think-
whole flask.
that night, remember when he went back to the hotel to get his
Mhm.
stuff, he got the flask.
Mhm.
When he was hanging out waiting with Jerry for everybody to leave so he could go back, he drank the rest of it.
Mhm.
So the implication is then that he was tripping on mushrooms that whole night. And like,
Mhm.
did it actually happen? I think he looks at his hands right then,
Yeah.
and he's got what looks like the marks of the chains on
Yeah.
his wrist.
Bruises,
Yeah, yeah.
from the shackles, yeah.
Yeah.
So did it happen
Oh, I think it definitely happened.
Because now when you look at it that way, it's like, okay, the Jack the Jackass seems like Albie.
Mm-hmm.
That whole, when the recording would kick on and kick off feels supernatural, but it could be a trip. The TV broadcast could be a trip. It's like a lot of the weird things happening could be a trip.
Does he just kill Mal in the basement? Like the whole thing continues to happen. He's still pursued by Fiona is still murdered.
Yeah,
Mal
she's still
does
murdered.
it. There's still
But
everything.
there's no witch.
Right, there's just no witch.
Yeah.
And then maybe he just ends up dead in the basement and Mal does somehow.
Yeah, he somehow gets out and...
But they don't find him.
Yeah.
There's no remains of him.
Because they never went down in the basement. They never found the basement, apparently. They never find Fiona, I don't think. Do they?
They find
do.
Fiona.
They find
Yeah.
Fiona.
But she's been brought up.
Yeah, that's right. He took
She's
her out.
up,
Yeah.
so
They never find Mal.
we don't know. It's a little. I think it's a little. They want you to kind of decide for yourself, but also I think it happened.
I feel like it's a cheat and I don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm kind of I don't think I'm on board with this ending. I just don't.
Like, they should have just left off
They should've just left
Albie's
it.
confession,
Yeah.
and you would have just had
Yeah.
a straight horror movie.
right.
Yeah.
Or I mean, because of what Jerry said, it's just like this stuff exists. You can see it. You just have to open your mind.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
guess that's
maybe he only saw it, all that stuff, because he had
Because
it.
he
He
was
was able to
open
see
to
the
it.
witch
Yeah.
and all. But again, so a lot of it's just like, meh. But again, I'm just like, I don't think we needed it.
I don't like a did it really happen ending.
Right.
Especially when I saw it was so cool. Like, don't
Right.
tell me that didn't happen. That was so cool.
Well, he like instantly looks at his hands.
Yeah.
And
Right.
instantly has
Yeah.
the
And
bruises.
he's got the
it's
chains.
like right
It's
there. you're
okay,
like,
it happened.
he actually did experience this. And the final kicker is the end of the Conquistador story, where the Conquistador, instead of bashing the kid's head in, says the kid will bash his head in, and the kid doesn't do that. The kid opts instead to for love, right?
Yeah.
The love
Yeah.
of the Conquistador.
And they're still doomed.
They're still doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we find out that
But-
the bottle has been thrown right next to a goat skull,
Yeah.
but over a sand dune they can't see it.
Right.
Yep.
That's
May
the
never
thing. They could have
find.
smashed it and may never find it. May find
Yeah.
it. Who knows?
Yeah. But I suppose the ending is different to like reflect his. It's not optimism, right? But he has changed.
Yeah.
I suppose, where it's less bleak. It's like, even though you're still doomed,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
I
you're
think
doomed together.
right,
You know.
especially because he was relishing the doom earlier on when he was telling Fiona about the novel he was writing, and he liked the fact that it was bleak and he thought he was so
Challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's
challenging.
supposed to be
and everything.
challenging.
Yeah.
She's
He's,
like, I'm
he's
not
being
gonna read
very
it.
he's being very pretentious at that
Yeah.
point, and he likes it.
Yeah.
But now, we get to the end, at the very end of it, and it's just like, okay.
I think there's a difference between a bleak ending and just not having an ending. And I felt like what she was trying to tell him is like, that's not an ending.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And she's right. It's like, it's not it's
Yeah.
not supposed to challenge you. I think you're just up your own ass on your shit right here.
Right.
It's like, you think it's more important than it is, or you think it's more challenging than it.
especially imagine that being the ending to a trilogy too.
Right.
Like they said it was the last one. That's not a satisfying ending. She was right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's Hokum.
Hokum.
One thing I did see about this movie at the end, Joe Bishara, the composer for The Conjuring and Insidious, is the guy who did the music.
Cool.
I was actually listening to the music this time. There's like barely anything there.
Right, not much.
Thinking about it now, I'm like, music, huh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
much.
a very quiet movie that's using its silences as like, it's like weaponized the silences. And then there's like beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's effective, but not over intrusive. But yeah, they had the guy who's, like Bashara's stuff. I mean, he makes some scary film scores, Okay, well, I guess we're going to go around the table and tell you what we thought of the movie. But first, we're going to summon our mailman and read some of your mail. And to do that, we're going to have to give Igor a call. Igor, bring us the mail.
Masters, the mail. I've got the mail. So many letters. Our followers are rising.
All right, thank you, Igor.
Thank you, Igor.
Do we think he's been to the wilds of Ireland?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
He's
Maybe.
like one of those mythical creatures that probably came from the old country.
He definitely loves riding a dumbwaiter, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, he fits perfectly
Fits
in one.
perfect.
You
What
know.
is that here?
Yeah.
I mean, that is his
Mhm.
just regular elevator.
It's just
Take the
kind
stairs.
of weird when you catch him in the laundry chute.
Sure, yeah. He
Yeah.
gets confused and he's going up there. Especially when you look down, it was like, why your clothes aren't making it.
Yeah. Well, he kind of gets like, that guy in the X-Files that could squeeze through vents. When he goes through the laundry chute, he kind of has to squish through, you know? Yeah.
Well, we should let the good folks at home know how they can participate on this interactive portion of our show by following along on Facebook,
Facebook.com/Saturday Night Freak Show.
on X,
At Sat Freak Show.
by email,
Saturday Night Freak Show, yahoo.com.
and on Instagram at Saturday Night Freak Show. About tonight's movie, Hokum, Michael Whitaker writes in and says, you don't see a lot of people using the word Hokum anymore.
Nope.
Kudos for this movie for bringing it back. My father would jokingly say things like Hokum and hooey, especially if something was a scam or a fraud.
I miss hooey.
Yeah.
Hooey.
Both of them. Bring them both back. I like it.
That's the thing. I would use it more, but I don't like. I believe in all of it, so I don't call it Hokum.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Peter Gatt says Hokum by name, Hokum by nature. It's a film you can avoid and feel like you ain't missing anything.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Ouch.
You wrote a limerick about it. Wow, huh?
There you go. A couple of weeks ago, we watched a movie called Psycho. This was the remake.
Yeah, Gus Van Sant's Psycho, yeah.
Travis Legler says, I think Travis has been writing in about this like every week. He says, regarding the Psycho shot-for-shot remake, it was interesting for me to learn through my kids who love the How to Train Your Dragon movies that the live-action movie was a shot-for-shot remake of the animated movie done by the same director of the animated original. My kids had me watch both movies over the weekend, my first time seeing them, and they admitted after watching both of them that they were the same, but it was so cool to see it in live action. And the only real difference between Psycho and How to Train Your Dragon is that remake made a lot of money.
Yeah. That's wow. I didn't know it was the same director too. That's insane.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of
shot-for-shot
energy we're putting into remake. I don't know. It depends how you feel.
I feel bad for parents with kids these days, man. That sucks that that's what you have to watch. Like,
didn't we just watch this? We did with Moana. I don't know. We have thoughts on the Disney live action remakes, I think.
Yeah.
They're making money.
Stop going to see them. Stop supporting this. Stop voting for this with your wallet, people.
Like Moana's making a lot of money.
That's on track to lose $100 million right now. So
oh, is it? How come?
Yep.
So that's the question. It's like the original does well.
The original is only like
10 years old.
Like,
that's the problem.
The original is still on constant play in households around the country.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Because it's Moana and it's so popular and the songs and everything. People are still playing.
Yeah, but How to Train Your Dragon was remade within. I'm sure.
Probably.
Four of those weren't there. But spin-offs, I don't know.
There's TV shows. Yeah.
Okay, this is a while ago, but we watched a movie called Stunt Rock.
Oh, we did.
And Mark Harrison writes in and says, I watched this for the first time. It's on YouTube. To listen to your podcast. As an Australian, I'm perplexed as to why you chose this film out of all Australian cinema. This is the film you chose. I don't mean to yuck anyone's yums, but there's very little narrative in this film.
Oh yeah, please give us Australian recommendations though.
Yeah, if you got any.
Oh, I got a bunch that we.
I mean, Patrick is on my list.
That was Road Games.
Yeah.
So, Grant. What's his? Grant. What?
Grant who?
The stuntman from.
Grant.
Grant Page.
Grant Page
is the guy in Road Games.
Of course he is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
We just have to do the.
Guy, but he's in Road Games.
Right.
We just have to do the Grant Page cinematic universe.
Guess,
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll put Road Games.
Yeah.
On there.
And eventually, someday
more.
it feels like we got to do Razorback.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Patrick.
We gotta do Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah.
We'll get. All right. Well, thank you for berating us. We'll get there. It's moving on up on the list.
All right. Well, now we're gonna go around the table, tell you what we thought of Hokum, starting with
Michaela. What'd you think of Hokum?
I think that I land in the same place with all of Damian McCarthy's movies, in that I love them for the first 2/3, and then when it comes to explaining what's happening, or maybe explaining away what's happening, that's when he loses me. That being said, like I did say in the episode, I do feel like I'm grading on a curve because there is a level of quality here, so I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start with the stuff I like. It's beautiful to look at. It does a lot of that gray, green, and then like amber light, kind of mixing together the cools. It's almost like a Ty West. Ty West does that a lot, I think. Love the look of it. Acting was great. It was great to see unknown Irish actors really, it's nice seeing unknown people in movies in general, but I love the Irish folklore. I love the way the scares are crafted. Like none of us here are really people that got by jump scares, and so my reaction to that, to when I like one, is I just go like, nice, or that was awesome. Like I don't jump, but I'm like, oh, that's cool. And yeah, exactly. Like I did appreciate how a lot of it was done, whether it was the witch or the ghost of his mom or like even the donkey guy. It was all really well done. Never got tired of it. Never felt like it was cheap. It always felt intentional and well done. Even like when he's like holding a lantern up and then puts the lantern down and someone's behind him. It reminded me a lot of like the early Insidious movies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
James Wan was the last one who could probably.
Yeah. But I like that these are done in like, because the cool thing James Wan did with the Insidious movies is he did a lot of that stuff in the daytime, and that's what made it extra scary. But I like that this is like, it's an old-timey Irish hotel, and I love the world feels lived in, and there's a lot of history there, and the folklore, and I do love the way the characters kind of color the movie. But I don't love the like, did it all really happen ending? I'm not a fan of that. Or was I just tripping mushrooms? Whatever. And I do wish the donkey guy was in it more, because that was so much of the marketing and so much of the sell of the movie, that to only have the one scene, which was chilling and horrifying, but then to be like, the movie wants me to believe that was potentially just like an acid trip moment or a mushroom trip moment. That's disappointing. Don't take the coolest thing from me like that. But I still think it's worth watching, and there's a lot of good stuff here, and I was thoroughly entertained the whole time. So I'm going to recommend it. Like I said, I'm nitpicking. I think it's a great movie. I think most people would love it and be scared by it too. I did find it to be tense and creepy at moments. So yeah, big time recommend. Sean, what'd you think?
I agree with a lot of what you said. I think the movie gets a little conventional when it gets near the end, like you said, about 2/3, and then it kind of gets to the end. And it's tough to wrap up a horror movie and kind of give how much explanation you want to give versus what you want to, keep to yourself or let the audience decide. But the pluses you said about this movie, I thought it looked really good. I thought the acting was really good. I liked all of the characters in the movie. Don't see Adam Scott doing much horror these days. Like, this is the first one he's kind of jumped into. Like, he was good in this.
Was he in like Piranha 3D? Was he in that?
He might have been. I think you might be right.
Right?
I think so.
I'm seeing him in my mind's eye in that movie, but now I'm not
right.
positive. Yeah.
We'll have to go back and look that one up. But even that's a horror movie, a horror comedy. But I think it looks great. I love, like we said, all the warm temperatures of the lighting and everything. The way it's shot, like I said, a little conventional with things. If you're doing a movie with ghosts in it, and you have the we move the lamp from here, and there's the ghost right behind him. It does happen a lot. And again, the ones in this aren't. I don't know if they're not made to get us. They're made to get you to go, oh, okay, a little bit. But I appreciate them. A fairly well written movie. There's some spots I kind of wanted just a little tweak to the story, but again, we're nitpicking. Perfectly good movie. It makes me want to watch Oddity. And I will watch whatever he makes going forward. It's a nice little movie, very atmospheric. I liked it. It's a good little ghost story.
Good Halloween movie.
Good Halloween. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I kind of wish.
Beautiful atmosphere.
The atmosphere is great in this movie. I wanted more of it. I'm just like, maybe it's just because we're in the middle of August or
yes, we're starting to crave it.
I'm craving for pumpkins and just that cool weather and everything. So this was kind of the perfect antidote to that. I wanted a little bit more than that, but it was good. I recommend Hokum. It was a good movie. You should give it a watch.
I would love this video game. Please make it into a video game. I will play the shit out of this video game. Yeah.
Very nice.
I think that I don't know. The first time that I saw this movie, it was at the beginning of like a really great run of films in 2026. I mean, it was because it was Hokum. I want to say maybe Passenger, which wasn't so good, and then it was like Obsession, and then it was Backrooms, and I'm like, and then it felt like Hokum got buried. So to me, it was like, this might be the best one of those, to me. And like nobody saw it. So I'm like, okay, I want to bring it here, tonight so we can
reappraise, bring it back to the world.
Because I wanted to see it again. I guess that was the thing. It was like that of the three of them, that was the one that I was like, I got to see this again, maybe because it feels like it was overshadowed by the other ones. I also do like the fact that I was somehow still able to bring, still going around the world with cinema.
Yeah.
With my
Yeah.
choices.
It's Irish.
Now we're in Ireland.
Oh, all right.
It's the atmosphere of this is like intoxicating. I love this kind of like, this is pure, like, at least the kind of horror filmmaking that I really, really enjoy. It's got that kind of, occult overlay that I think creeps me out. I guess it must in some way. I'm drawn to it. It's like, this is where I'm like, okay, this is where, you know, actual horror movies, you're going to have some kind of witch or demonic thing or, you know, devilry in some way, shape, or form. And
Lore
it's hinted at. Yeah. And you're in Ireland and it's like, okay, so
it's your roots, Colin.
Yeah. And it feels like this is the, you know, where a lot of this stuff comes from. The plotting of this movie, I was really like keen on it, like all the characters. I guess that's what I said. It's like, you know, it's like everybody who is in it, even though they are these, I'm sorry if you guys have all done a bunch of stuff, unknown Irish character actors, you know, all had their chance to shine. It was like, this is a little character driven movie. So it was like really well written. Like Sean was saying earlier, it's like McCarthy has such a handle on being able to tell a story that he can show and not tell.
Yeah.
You get a lot without having to have a lot of dialogue. In fact, we were saying earlier, there's scenes that do play without dialogue, you know, for suspense and all that. But it's like, this is a very, you know, it's a suspenseful movie. I think it's a scary as shit movie. And maybe that's it. I'm going to go, this was scarier to me than Obsession or Backroom. So maybe I'm saying that's why it outranks them in my, you know, how I'm grading horror movies. It did feel like Flanagan or James Wan. Damian McCarthy is definitely a guy to watch. I think you should go back and if you like this, you should
I want to
check out his other two movies. Well, I watched Caveat too. Like Caveat is like a good
I'll pace myself
indie movie, you know. I mean, I was surprised by it because it even took me places where I wasn't expecting that narrative to go.
Right.
And so did Oddity. And they're all like very just creepy movies. So it's like this guy is you know, I'm going to, is he a master of horror at 3?
Sure, why not? There's not a bad one.
I'm not going to say he is.
Because, I mean, like 3 of them, and it's like, okay,
they're all
know
good.
what you're doing. You know, it's like he clearly has a grasp on it. And
give me one more that blows me away.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you the master.
Yeah. And even, like I said, the plotting is like nice and sophisticated. You know? Sophisticated return to like an old-fashioned atmospheric ghost story, but there's more to it than that. That's selling it short. So I would recommend it. Definitely. You got to see Hokum. I guess that's 3 recommends. So it means
I'm going to give one more recommend.
Hopefully everybody's seen it. We didn't ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
The Blu-ray or the 4K that we're looking at here, we got the making of, we got a thing on Jack the Donkey, special features, a commentary, like good. Filmmakers making good movies and is, you know, doing commentary on it and special features and everything, which people don't do like a lot these days. Horror, you can always get it. So I'm just appreciative of, you know, somebody sitting down and talking about their movie.
Well, I haven't had a chance to listen to it.
I was going to say,
so that might be
I would be interested in listening to this commentary.
It's like I was sitting in a hotel in Ireland.
I hope it doesn't sound
raining,
like that.
You know, do we ever get like a exterior establishing shot of the hotel from a wide perspective?
I don't think so.
I think there was an overhead that showed part of it at one point.
We get a lot of that front door, but
he just frames it tight, so you never see like the roof or anything. You know, right? I don't think,
It felt big. Didn't feel like
it felt like a big place, but it was like the framing of it was
just right in there, that front door and everything.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Hokum. Next week we're gonna watch a movie that's chosen by
Sean. What are we watching next week?
Before we hopped on the podcast, we talked this movie into existence, so I'm just going to go with it. We're going to be watching The Ice Cream Man. Not Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man.
The 1995
The Clint Howard.
The
Clint Howard Ice Cream Man, which I have never seen, but I've always wanted to.
Oh, all right. Well, there we go. Ice Cream Man is next on the list for the Saturday Night Freak Show. We hope you'll join us. And until then, ladies and germs, the basement is going dark.